Hello, everyone. Welcome to Snap Take. I'm Glazer of the Snap Judgments podcast, the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone. You can see that podcast on your screen right now. The reason you can see it is we're going to talk about a deck that we started making in last week's episode. This week's episode has decks for every card change in OTA featuring the brilliant Lauren whatever. That episode came out like 2 days ago, but the week before his episode had W, formerly Wobelos, and Wolverthor on it. The three of us, as we were talking about a Thanos Destroy deck, turned it into a Thanos Destroy Galactus deck. And the deck is really strong. I went out and literally bought Galactus because of that deck we started to make on the air. I've played it. The deck is badass. It's really strong and really worth playing. We also have Cerebro 2 as improved by Magic. I think it might actually just be a meta deck at this point and worth playing. Before we get to these decks, though, before I show you how to find our friends who helped me make this deck, I'd like you to hit that subscribe button, like, leave a comment. Please do those three things. It helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, helps us grow. In return, what we give you is 2 decks every single weekday, along with extras whenever we can, that keep you ahead of the meta. We are a channel that works extremely quickly at finding you the very best decks to play in and around Marvel Snap. This way you can hit Infinite, get Infinity tickets and borders, reach your goals to be the best Marvel Snap player you can be. In addition, we do the biggest Marvel Snap Season Pass giveaway every single season. We give away at least 5 season passes. We're going to end up giving away more. That's going to start either Sunday or Monday, so make sure you're subbed so you don't miss out. You've only got a couple days left before that giveaway happens. So please make sure to check that out. Now, like, sub, comment, we're going to move on to the decks. This deck is you can listen to the podcast to find the genesis of it. The people that helped create it are Wobelos. You can find him at W_Marvel Snap on Twitter. He's one of the best players in the game. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit. There might be a deck he made that you have played. It is this one. The deck that is dominating the meta is a Wobelos deck. It's a W deck because all he does is win. He made the best deck in the. We've also got Wolverthor. He goes by Wolver Snap, but his tag is Wolverthor. He's a phenomenal analytical player who covers all things Marvel Snap. Look at these beautiful thumbnails. You need to be subscribed to him. He should be 10 times bigger than this. He edits like Cozy. He analyzes like Educated Collins. Stellar human being on top of it all. Make sure you're subbed to him as well. That's Wolversnap. Let's talk the deck. This is W Thanos Galactus. The original idea started with him, so he got the letter over me. But W can be for W Lows or Wolverthor, as you prefer. Note the Wolverine in the deck. Pretty cool, right? All right, cool. So what this deck basically wants to do is it plays a nice, simple destroy game. It's saying, I am Thanos. I can just destroy a bunch of stones, destroy a bunch of cards, eat my stuff with Venom. Then I can win the game last turn by playing Null. You have an extra way to win that game. You also get a very, very, very cheap death because of all the dead stones. And an extra way to take advantage of that is you can wave and death on 5, and then on turn 6 play Null, or a Merrick or a Thanos, as the case may be. You also have as a win condition Spider-Man on 5. If you've destroyed enough, then you can Null on 6. If Spider-Man wins a lane and you know that they're big in another lane and you can take care of that lane, then maybe you Shang-Chi. You can also sometimes, and this is always crazy to me when it works, Shang-Chi and Death on the last turn. It wins a lot of games of Snap. The other thing this deck can do, since it's already running waves, since it already has the Time Stone, which operates as like pseudo Electro for turn 5, right? For turn 5 Galactus. You can play Galactus you can wave on 3, Galactus on 4, Spider-Man on 5, just win the game the classic way. Or you can Time Stone on 5, Galactus, on 4, Galactus on 5, then play like and a death on 6. But maybe you have priority and you think your opponent's going to be Shang-Chiing you. Shang is not as in the meta as he was. Well, you've got your own Shang-Chi and your own like death play that you can sometimes play with it. Again, remember, Galactus is killing a lot of stones to get there. One of my favorite things to do with this deck is on turn 4, play both Time Stone and Space Stone, filling every lane so they don't think there's a Galactus coming. Then you move out the one card in a location with that Space Stone, drop Galactus there, profit. Wolverine is a nice extra card to bounce into Galactus. You'd like Nimrod, but there's no real space. You've got your Carnage, Venom, Killmonger to take advantage of the kills that you need for Death and Null as well. And you've got Killmonger in addition, because a lot of opponent 1-drops feel really safe right now. Your opponent probably feels really safe piling up a powerful Human Torch or leaving a naked powerful net, so on. Well, you take care of that with Killmonger. That power then goes to your side with Null to win the game. This deck is so strong and so powerful. Please try it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is my favorite Galactus shell in the game right now. I'm not 1,000% sure it's stronger than the Sandman versions. I honestly think it is, because like the Sandman versions really struggle into the move stuff that's all over. We also have Cerebro 2. I have been bad at Cerebro 2 forever. It is fundamentally impossible for me to draw Cerebro Mystique. Well, Magic has solved that problem. What we have here is a Cerebro 2 that takes advantage of one nerf card and one buff card. Magic's buff is absolutely stellar for Cerebro 2, making sure it sees its Cerebro and Mystique. You have 2 ways to get rid of locations that ruin Cerebro 2's day in Magic and Storm. Magic and Storm says, say 2 locations are now not a problem for you. Spider Ham stops one of the powerful things your opponent can do to bother you. You even don't super hate if it hits Red Skull, because Red Skull is one of this deck. It's really, really, really put +6 power, sometimes 7 power into every location, every spot. That location that's won by Storm. Storm is dangerous now with Tribunal and other such cards everywhere. But like, you're making your location so big, that Storm location so big, that it's often like winnable even with that. Iceman is really good control. Scorpion is really good control. Goose is really good control. And then you're just adding a ton of power on top. Let me just say, a 2/7 Spider Ham seems real strong. And you've got like extra bodies, right? Your Mr. Sinister and your Brood are getting extra power all over the place. Your opponent, the last few opponents playing Evolutionary, can affect you. Cage. The locations that have -1, you end up usually winning because of Luke Cage. There's a lot to love here in this deck. The only card I'd consider really that's not here over Iceman is Nightcrawler. Goes really, really well with Storm, because you can keep it in that lane and then move out if it turns out you don't need it. But everything else here, just chef's kiss, beautiful and synergistic with itself. This is one of the better metas for Cerebro 2 and one of the best versions of Cerebro 2 we've ever seen, if not the singular very best. All right. Happy weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I should be back in town momentarily, so I wouldn't be shocked if a video showed up Saturday or Sunday. But remember, there will be a huge giveaway starting at the end of this weekend. Don't miss out. Sub. Help us out with that YouTube algo. We appreciate you. Peace.